Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help.
It's the trips to Lowe's buying dirt with you. It's not the champagne. It's sipping coffee on the roof with you. It's having buttered noodles or Michelin stars. Because most nights all I want is comfort food. It's knowing anything I eat will include some for you. Because you're not hungry, but you'll eat if there's food. It's not the dreaming, it's the waking up with you. I vow to be here long enough to gather dust with you. For us, love isn't in the air. That's just where we found it. All of this is built upon what we have done to ground it. It's not the spark when we first met. It's the lifetime built around it. It's by small amounts that amounts to mountains. I need not justify, adjust, or fear I'm judged by you. Such is the glorious consistency of loving you. My heart's not skipped a beat. It constantly thuds for you. Such is the everyday magnificence of loving you. It's not something we fell into so much as skated through. It's the spectacular familiarity of loving you. It's not the dreaming. It's the waking up with you. I vow to be here long enough to gather dust with you. Okay. I love you so much.
I'll be there for you.
How does one write a statement for a lifetime? How does one speak about a journey that we don't know the end to? I can't say that I know for certain, but I endeavor to believe that with one step forward and two steps together, we'll always find our footing, hand in hand, every step of the way. While reflecting on our time together, I've been turned inside out, trying to find the right way to express my feelings. This is an example of that. In that overwhelm, I've been made aware of my limitations. And it's so much harder than I thought. But I'm also reminded of the most important lessons in life, which is that growth is inevitable, and we don't have to have it all figured out right now. And with that in mind, I know that today, more than I did yesterday, about what it means to love you. And tomorrow, I won't know even more. And with these vows, I want to set my intention of outlining a practice of principles that will stand by every day. These promises are what I vow to you, Chris, my baby girl, my orange blossom, to serve as a guidebook through which I will set my compass to true north on the journey of being your husband, your partner, and your best friend. With time as my witness, I pledge to you When challenges arise, I promise to meet you where you are, with understanding, care, and love. When seasons change, I promise to meet you with open arms and excitement. When times become uncertain, I promise to meet you with trust, and we'll find the answer together. And when life feels hectic, I promise to meet you with peace and compassion. When storms arise, I promise to maintain our home, our shelter, and our place of peace. And when I feel like I'm coming undone, I will meet you with honesty, for I know I will need your love. And when the light of the world dims, I promise to find the brightness that we need and to bring you a warm coffee. And with each moment we have, I promise to cherish you, adore you, be your biggest cheerleader, and to never stop making it. With this commitment, I promise to love you today, tomorrow, and the next day, and continue to learn and grow together with trust to fill our sails in all of our adventures. Love you, baby.
I'll be there for you.
Made it through.
Yes. And with the B too.
Inevitable.
Yeah, it was gonna happen.
All the hill I've called,
How you doing? How
all
you
the lips I've
Better than ever.
feeling? You ready to do this?
I'm so ready. I'm so happy.
I can't wait to hear about all your getting ready, about the party bus. My mom said you were, quote, lit.
I know. It was fun. It was a trip. We're good now.
We're here.
Yeah.
The cake is here. Everyone's cackling in the background. Yeah, I heard
Yeah, they arrived as soon as I was coming up to meet you.
Until you have photos and I didn't bring it.
And then the photographer's like, park in the back. Get out of the shot.
Very good.
Ooh,
All right, the nerves are out.
this is
the
what I
jitters
look
are out.
like. This is it.
Beautiful. I love this dress. You take a full look at you.
every turn, every bridge I left behind me up in smoke. Every fork in the road.
You look amazing.
It was
Those shoes look pretty.
Hi, I took the shiny ones at the last second.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
You just get like typical Oxfords.
Those are so fancy.
I got the radio up, the sun is going down. I'll take a left at the bank, and I'll head straight through town. So baby, put on that dress, a little sweet perfume, 'cause I'm on my way to you. Every turn, every bridge I left behind me up in smoke. Every fork in the road, it was all worth the while when I finally saw you smile. Every highway, every heartbreak, every mountain, every mile. All the boats I've missed, all the hill I've caused, all the lips I've kissed, all the love I've lost. I thank God for that. I guess He always knew.
We are gathered here today to celebrate the joyous marriage of Chris and Nick, whose hearts and souls are entwined as one. When two people are at one in their inmost hearts, their words are sweet and strong, like the love that they have found with each other. As you, Chris and Nick, are joined together in marriage, search your hearts for the wisdom of this covenant, which has from ancient times been expressed with those ideas that come from the heart. Since the laws governing marriages has been met, the joining of these two people shall now take place. Before the vows, however, it is my responsibility to remind you of the significance of the importance of this relationship that you are on the threshold of entering. The promise that you are about to make to each other is one of irrevocable love, fidelity, cooperation, and understanding through all of life's difficult challenges. I urge each of you to live up to the commitments you are now making to one another. Marriage is a commitment to life, to the best that two people can find and bring out in each other. It offers opportunities for sharing that no other relationship can equal, a physical and emotional joining that is a promise of a lifetime. A wife and husband are each other's best friend, confidant, lover, teacher, listener, and counselor. Marriage deepens and enriches every facet of life. Happiness is fuller. Memories are fresher, and commitment is stronger. Marriage understands and forgives the mistakes that life is unable to avoid. It encourages and nurtures new life, new experiences, and new ways of expressing love through the seasons of life. When two people pledge to love and care for each other in marriage, they create a unique spirit unto themselves, which binds them closer than any spoken or written words. Marriage is a promise, a potential made in the hearts of two people who love, which takes a lifetime to fulfill. In reminding you to observe your marital duties and obligations, I have done my part. Please join hands and look into each other's eyes. Do you, Nick, have this brilliant, stunning, integrity-driven, nurturing, and inspirational woman to be your wedded wife, and will you be faithful to her as long as you shall live?
I do.
And Chris, do you have this loving, supportive, talented, creative, and extremely good-looking man to be your wedded husband, and will you be faithful to him for as long as you live?
I do.
Nick and Chris, before this moment, you've been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, and even teacher, for you've learned much from each other in these last few years. Now you'll say a few words and things will never be quite the same. For after these vows, you say to the world, "This is my husband, this is my wife."
I, Nick, choose you, Chris, in the company of our friends and families, to be my wife and partner in this life. Because the last time I saw you, we had just split in two. You were looking at me, and I was looking at you. And from this day forward, I choose to love you, to be a comfort and a safe haven in your life, to hold you close, to listen to you deeply when you speak, to uphold you with my strength, to weigh my words and actions, to never take you for granted, and to always give thanks for your presence in my life.
It's not the dreaming, it's the waking up with you. I vow to be here long enough to gather dust with you. For us, love isn't in the air, that's just where we found it. All of this is built upon what we have done to ground it. It's not the spark when we first met, it's the lifetime built around it. It's by small amounts that mounds amount to mountains. I need not justify, adjust, or fear I'm judged by you. Such is the glorious consistency of loving you. My heart's not skipped a beat, it constantly thugs for you. Such is the everyday magnificence of loving you. It's not something we fell into, so much as skated through. It's the spectacular familiarity of loving you. It's not the dreaming, it's the waking up with you. I vow to be here long enough to gather dust with you.
These rings symbolize your union. Nick, as you place the ring on Chris's finger, please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign that I choose you
as a sign that I choose you
to be my wife,
to be my wife,
my partner,
my partner,
and my best friend
and my best friend
to the end of my days.
to the end of my days.
And Chris, as you place the ring on Nick's finger, please repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign that I choose you
as a sign that I choose you
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
my partner,
my partner,
and my best friend
and my best friend
to the end of my days.
to the end of my days.
Chris and Nick, no matter what you're doing, meeting up at Sparrow, trying to find your way out of a closed parking garage,
That was my fault.
for hours on end, driving to an orchestra show, or staying at a haunted bed and breakfast. May all of your days be blessed with love and friendship. May each day and night of your lives be a new beginning. May your home be filled with laughter and the warm embrace of a summer's day. May you find peacefulness and beauty, challenge and satisfaction, humor and insight, healing and renewal, love and wisdom, and a quiet heart. And may you always feel that what you have is enough. With that being said, and the authority vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may share your first merry kiss.
These are the best of all our days. These are the best of all our days. These are the best of our days. These are the best of all our days. So let's spend that time together. So let's spend a little time together. These are the best of days. These are the memories we'll hold on to. This thing called time that we all share. All that matters is we're together here. Together here. These are the things we'll remember. The love that fills this place year after year. Lay down your cares and gather round. All that matters is we're together now. Together now. Paint me the perfect picture. It's just how I knew that it would be. The cold air will make us shiver, but that's why we've got each
each other. Together here, together now.
Called to tell me he was thinking of asking Chris for her hand, and he was just like, you know, what do you think about that? I was like, that's crazy, man. Because my first thought was how many conversations Nick and I have had over the years about just relationships in general and how difficult they are. And, you know, what was always so painful for me is that I knew Nick better than anybody had, at least I felt. You know, maybe next to his mom, she might know him a little bit better, and it was difficult to see not people just fall short, but just not appreciate the man that I knew that Nick is. And yes, it was a high bar to live up to, but you know, so with all that being said, you know, after meeting Chris, it became instantly clear that not only do you meet that bar, appreciate that bar, and you honor that bar, but you also help facilitate the raising of that bar, which was what every guy wants for his best man. So I won't get into any, you know, embarrassing stories. There are a lot. I'm not sure we have that kind of time, so maybe, you know, booze it up a little bit and then come talk. You know, but I will say I did tell Nick to go find a woman that had a lot of integrity, and I told him to find somebody that was tough. I didn't mean to find someone that could physically harm him. So, you know, we got a little loose with that translation. But, you know, I've known Nick since I was 16 years old, and since he was 16 years old. And I don't feel like explaining to people how long that's been with our. Yeah, it's a long while. Yeah. But I know that, not just because this is a small wedding, that each one of you are here because these two wanted specifically you to be here. So I make sure you remember that tonight and honoring them, that you're also honored to be here because they love and care about you guys so much. So thank you both for the invitation. Thank you for the phone call, and thanks for being my best man for the last 16 years. To Nick and Chris.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for being allowed to be your maid of honor. But I think I'm going to keep it to just you guys. So I don't know if you know this, but Chris is a control freak. I don't know if you've noticed. So we are each other's oldest friends, which I think we realized this weekend. But in knowing Chris through this whole time, we've also seen the way that, we navigated our lives before we knew each other. And there's so much that there always is to unpack. And one of the things that we both realized early on is that we have our hearts very guarded. And I am still blindly open to giving it away, and Chris was not. So as a person on the outside who absolutely adored her and loved her and knew so much of that light was still in there, I've watched, just like you said, so many people that just did not meet that expectation, did not see fully who she was and what she could be. And the last 3 years, I have been so lucky to, even just in the smallest glimpses, see not only how much you love her and how much she loves you, but how much her heart has healed. And and how much she's grown as a person and been able to fully be herself for the first time with a spouse in her entire life. And I know how much that means to her, but I also know how much it means to me. So to my ride or dies plus one, welcome. And I am so thankful that you were able to find each other and fall in love and be the shining, bright, sparkly princess that we were like, nah, she's not gonna get married. You are so wonderfully and truly happy, and watching that the last 3 years, but also the last 24 hours has been such a gift. And I'm really proud of you. So thank you. I love you, and I'm gonna put this down now.